Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn to Speak Chinese. Today, we're going over 9 words from HSK4 Standard Course, Lesson 14. 出差. First up is 出差, which means to go on a business trip. Unlike in English, where business trip is a noun, in Chinese, 出差 is a verb that refers to the action of traveling for work. For example, 经理下周要去北京出差，参加一个重要的会议。The manager is going on a business trip to Beijing next week to attend an important meeting. 省. Next, we have 省, which means to save. It's commonly used when talking about saving money, time, or energy. For example, 如果你提前预订机票，可以省很多钱。If you book your plane ticket in advance, you can save a lot of money. Now, a common mistake is confusing 省钱 and 存钱, both of which translate to save money in English. Let's break it down. 省钱 means to spend less or to reduce expenses. It's about cutting back on costs. Example, 买东西打折有助于省钱. Buying things on sale helps save money. 存钱 means to set aside money or to deposit money in a bank. It's about accumulating money for the future. Example, 把工资的一部分存到银行账户里是存钱. Putting part of your salary in a bank account is saving money. So, 省钱 is about cutting costs, while 存钱 is about saving for the future. 抱歉 and 道歉. Now let's address 2 similar words, 抱歉 and 道歉. Both mean sorry or to apologize, but there is a key difference in their usage. 抱歉 is a more polite and formal way of expressing apology. It's used when you want to apologize in a respectful or somewhat distant manner, often in situations where you're expressing regret for an inconvenience or small mistake. It's commonly used in both personal and professional settings. Example, 抱歉，我刚刚没听清楚，您能再说一遍吗? Sorry, I didn't hear clearly just now. Could you please say it again? 道歉, on the other hand, refers to the act of apologizing itself. It's used when you want to talk about the action of apologizing, especially when acknowledging a more serious mistake. It's less about simply expressing regret and more about taking responsibility. You often use 道歉 when you are making a formal apology or when you want to show that you are addressing a bigger issue. Example, 他向她道歉，承认自己犯了错。He apologized to her, admitting that he had made a mistake. So, while 抱歉 is more of a polite way to say sorry, 道歉 is focused on the act of apology itself and tends to be used in more formal contexts. 以. The word 以 means by or via. It's used to explain the method or standard by which something is done. To use it correctly, place 以 before the method or standard, and then follow it with the action or outcome. For example, 我一定以最快的速度完成工作. I will definitely complete the work by the fastest speed. 他以这种方式解决了问题. He solved the problem by this method. When using 以, always remember, 以 comes before the method or standard. The method or standard is usually a noun phrase. The action or outcome comes after the method. 既然. Next, we have 既然, which means since or now that. It's often used to introduce a known fact or situation and then explain a decision or action based on that fact. But here's an important thing to know. In Chinese, some conjunctions require pairs to form a complete thought. This is the case with 既然 and 就. 既然 sets up the condition or reason, for example, since or now that, and then 就 is used to indicate the result or action taken because of that condition, like then. This pair is very common and is used to show a logical connection between the reason and the outcome. For example, 既然你已经决定了，我就支持你的选择. Since you've already decided, I will support your choice. Here, 既然 introduces the reason you've already decided, and 就 shows the action that follows, I will support your choice. This pairing of 既然 and 就 is very useful when explaining decisions or actions in response to a known fact or situation. 停. Next, we have 停, which simply means to stop. 停 is used to indicate that something comes to a halt, whether it's a vehicle, an action, or an activity. For example, 请在前面的红绿灯那里停一下，我要下车。Please stop at the traffic light ahead. I need to get off. If you want to instruct someone to stop, simply use ting as part of a complete phrase. Do not attach pronouns like 我 directly to it. If you need to ask someone to stop doing something, consider using a fuller sentence such as 请不要继续这样做. So if you want to say he stopped me, you can't directly say 他停我. Instead, you would say like 他叫我停下来. He told me to stop. 他拦住了我. He blocked me. These alternatives correctly convey that he caused you to stop, avoiding the misuse of ting. 于是. Next is 于是, which means so or as a result. This word connects two parts of a sentence to show a cause and effect relationship. It is typically used when the second action is a direct result of the first. 于是 is placed at the beginning of the second part of the sentence to show that one event happened as a result of another. It comes after describing the cause or situation that leads to an action. Example. 天气突然变冷了，于是我买了一件厚外套。The weather suddenly turned cold, so I bought a thick coat. After you state the reason or situation, you can then use 于是 to naturally lead into the outcome or decision. It helps make the connection between the two parts clear and easy to follow. 乘坐. Next up is 乘坐, which means to take or to ride a vehicle. It is a more formal word than 坐, and you will hear it in official announcements or polite conversations, especially when discussing transportation. Example. 为了节省时间，我们建议您乘坐高铁前往目的地。To save time, we recommend that you take the high-speed train to your destination. 丢. Finally, we have 丢, which means to lose or to throw away. 丢 is used when something or someone is lost unexpectedly, especially in public or crowded places. It is common when talking about losing things like keys or a phone. You can't find it and don't know where it went. For example, 我把手机丢了. I lost my phone. You can also use 丢 to talk about losing people in a crowded area, like in a busy street or at a party. For example, 我把孩子丢了. I lost my child. But 丢 is not used when you intentionally leave something behind. For example, if you forget something somewhere, you don't use 丢. You would use 忘 instead. So remember, 丢 is for things or people lost unexpectedly, while 忘 is for things forgotten. 丢 can also mean to throw away when you purposely discard something. Example. 我把旧衣服丢了. I threw away the old clothes. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us at Learn to Speak Chinese. See you next time. 再见.